Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Umar EducationWala. Welcome back to the session with ChatGPT. My today's topic is the art of storytelling, how to captivate and inspire others. Hello, ChatGPT.
Hey there, how's it going? What's on your mind today?
My today's topic is the art of storytelling, how to captivate and inspire others.
That sounds like a fantastic topic. There are so many layers to storytelling, from the structure to the emotional connection. Anything specific you'd like to dive into? Or
Yes.
absolutely.
What is storytelling in simple words?
In simple terms, storytelling is the art of sharing a narrative or a series of events, often to entertain, inform, or inspire others. It usually involves characters, a plot, and a meaningful message or theme, making it engaging and relatable for the audience.
What are stories so powerful?
Stories are often about conveying experiences, emotions, and messages in a way that resonates with people. They can be about human experiences, challenges, triumphs, and lessons. Ultimately, they help us connect, understand different perspectives, and make sense of the world around us.
What makes a story memorable?
A memorable story usually has relatable characters, emotional depth, a compelling plot, and a clear message or theme. It also often includes vivid details, a strong narrative arc, and sometimes even a surprising twist. All of these elements together create an emotional impact that sticks with the audience.
How can someone start learning storytelling?
A great way to start learning storytelling is by reading and listening to a variety of stories to understand different styles and techniques. Practicing writing your own stories is key, even if they're short. You can also try sharing your stories with friends or joining storytelling groups or workshops to get feedback. And importantly, always stay curious and open to learning from others.
How does storytelling inspire people?
Storytelling inspires people by creating emotional connections and making complex ideas more relatable and memorable. When people see themselves in a story or feel emotionally engaged, it can motivate them, shift their perspectives, and even encourage them to take action. Stories can also instill values, foster empathy, and build a sense of community.
What are the key elements of a great story?
Some of the key elements of a great story include well-developed characters that feel real and relatable, a compelling and engaging plot that keeps the audience hooked, a clear setting that creates the atmosphere, and a meaningful theme or message that resonates. Additionally, having conflict and tension helps drive the narrative forward, and a satisfying resolution gives the story a sense of closure.
How does emotion play a role in storytelling?
Emotion is central to storytelling because it helps the audience connect deeply with the characters and the narrative. When a story evokes emotions like joy, sadness, fear, or empathy, it becomes more memorable and impactful. Emotions also drive the audience to empathize with characters' experiences, making the story resonate on a personal level. Ultimately, emotion is what transforms a good story into a truly unforgettable one.
Can storytelling improve communication skills?
Absolutely. Storytelling helps improve communication skills by teaching you how to organize ideas clearly, engage your audience, and convey messages effectively. It encourages you to use vivid language, maintain the listener's interest, and adapt your tone and style to different audiences. Plus, practicing storytelling helps build confidence in public speaking and makes your communication more compelling and memorable.
Why do humans connect to stories more than facts?
Humans connect with stories more than facts because stories engage our emotions, imagination, and empathy. They create a narrative that we can relate to on a personal level, making information more memorable and meaningful. Facts alone can sometimes feel dry or abstract, but when they're woven into a story, they become easier to understand and internalize. Plus, Stories often mirror real life experiences, helping us make sense of the world around us.
How does storytelling influence leadership?
Storytelling greatly influences leadership by allowing leaders to communicate vision, values, and goals in a compelling and relatable way. When leaders use stories, they can inspire and motivate their teams, build trust, and create a shared sense of purpose. Stories help leaders convey complex ideas more effectively, foster emotional connections, and make their messages memorable. Ultimately, storytelling can make leadership more authentic and impactful.
What makes a story engaging from the beginning?
An engaging story often has a strong hook that grabs the audience's attention right away, relatable and well developed characters, and a compelling conflict that keeps the audience invested. A well paced plot, vivid descriptions, and authentic emotions also play a big role. Additionally, a meaningful theme or message that resonates with the audience ensures that the story sticks with them long after it's told.
How can one capture attention in the first few seconds?
To capture attention right away, you can start with a powerful, a surprising fact or a vivid image that piques curiosity. You can also use strong, relatable characters or an emotional moment right at the beginning, keeping the pacing dynamic and the language vivid helps maintain that initial interest and draw your audience in from the very start.
How do characters bring life to a story?
You're welcome. If you have any more questions or need any more tips on storytelling, just let me know. An engaging story often starts with a strong hook, like an intriguing question, a surprising fact, or a vivid scene that grabs attention immediately. Using strong, relatable characters and evoking emotion right from the start also helps keep the audience hooked. And of course, maintaining a dynamic pace and vivid descriptions ensures that the audience remains engaged throughout.
How do characters bring life to a story?
Characters really bring life to a story by making it relatable and immersive. When characters are well developed with unique personalities, motivations, and flaws, they become more believable and relatable. This connection helps the audience care about what happens to them and becomes invested in the plot. Essentially, characters are the heart of the story, driving its emotions and its themes.
What is the role of conflict in storytelling?
Conflict is essential in storytelling because it creates tension and drives the plot forward. It challenges characters, helping them grow and evolve, and keeps the audience engaged as they root for resolution. Conflict also adds depth and complexity to the narrative, making the story more dynamic and compelling. Ultimately, it's through conflict that the themes and messages of the story truly come to life.
Why is relatability important in stories?
Relatability is crucial in storytelling because it helps the audience connect deeply with the characters and the plot. When people see aspects of themselves, their experiences, or their emotions reflected in a story, it creates a sense of empathy and engagement. This connection makes the story more impactful and memorable, and it also helps convey themes and messages more effectively. Ultimately, relatability bridges the gap between the audience and the story.
How does storytelling help in presentations?
Storytelling can really elevate presentations by making the content more engaging and memorable. It helps to break down complex ideas into relatable narratives, which keeps the audience's attention and helps them understand and retain information better. Plus, stories can evoke emotions, making the presentation more impactful and relatable. Overall, storytelling transforms a simple presentation into a captivating experience.
Can storytelling improve public speaking?
Absolutely. Storytelling can significantly boost project speaking by helping you connect with your audience on a deeper level. It makes your message more engaging and memorable, and it can also help you manage nerves by giving you a clear structure to follow. Using stories allows you to illustrate points vividly, evoke emotions, and keep the audience engaged throughout, making your overall delivery more compelling and effective.
How can stories make learning easier?
Stories make learning easier by putting information into a context that's relatable and memorable. When concepts are woven into narratives, it helps learners visualize and understand the material more deeply. Stories will help engage emotions, which can enhance memory retention and make the learning experience more enjoyable. Plus, stories can simplify complex ideas by breaking them down into smaller, more digestible parts, making learning not only effective, but also more engaging.
Okay, thank you, ChatGPT, for your insights on storytelling and how it captivates and inspires others. And thanks to all the viewers who joined. I will see you in the next session.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. Thanks so much for having me.